All right, we are recording. I'm riding solo for right now, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the content. Just my light here. Happy Monday. It is July 23rd. Tonight's topic is inviting to the coaching opportunity. And before I get into actually what to say, who to invite, that type of thing, I want to talk about the importance of inviting coaches and building a team. I lost my train of thought. And I want you to understand and to realize that the biggest thing that has held the growth of my business back, I've been a coach for almost 3 years now, and to be at Emerald still, I kind of kick myself in the ass a lot, but it is what it is. I just got to move forward from here. When I started working the business, in my mind, all it was selling challenge packs. I didn't really understand that I needed to be signing other coaches under me. It wasn't something that I had learned in a training. And so I don't want you to I didn't have a straightforward training, new coach training, that I was given or guided through. But anyway, so yeah, for the first year, I was just looking for challengers, which was fine. I was still helping people. That was cool. And in my mind, I was still just working part-time as a coach. So I wasn't even really concerned with building a team. But anyway, then once I realized that okay, if I want to hit the income potential and the ranks that other coaches are, to see the success, the financial success that they do, it's about recruiting coaches and building a team underneath you. And even though I understood that, I was scared to death because in my mind, I didn't know really what I was doing. And so how the hell was I to bring on other coaches and try and help mentor them? If I don't know what I'm doing, how am I supposed to help someone else do it? And so it was that initial fear of not being a good enough coach myself, that held me back. I would do all the team trainings, yada, yada, or get on the team calls like this and educate myself. And I would watch YouTube videos, but I still was just I don't know enough yet to try and be a good. Oh, Cassie's alive. What up, yo? We're recording right now, just so you know. You gotta, keep yourself together. But anyway, I already started talking. I'm just gonna keep going where I left off. But so yeah, I didn't want to sign coaches because I was I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't want to sign coaches because I won't be able to help them well enough. I'm not a good enough leader. That was what was holding me back. And I really can't give you a certain moment of time that was just I finally was just hey, I just have to do it. But something just finally clicked and I was you know what? I just have to try. I just got to sign my first coach and see what I can do. And if I fail, I fail. But that's the only way I'm going to learn. That's what you have to remember with any part of this business. You literally just have to fail to learn and to grow. So fail forward. So anyway, once I kind of got over that fear of not being a good enough leader, I was able to sign coaches a lot more easily, and actually start to have some business builders on my team and not just discount coaches. Not that discount coaches don't matter. They still add to the growth of your team. But the overall, advancing in rank and that type of thing is going to come from finding business builders. And I'll get to that here in a little bit. But I guess I'll first talk about when someone goes to sign up as a challenger, signing them as a coach right away. And again, this was something that I didn't do for the longest time because in my mind, I was well, I'm already giving them all of this information on the challenge pack and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to overwhelm them. That's just bullshit. You're shorting them of the opportunity to save money, number one, because of that discount right off the bat. So I do always once we've finalized kind of what challenge pack or whatever they want to go with, I will throw in, I'll say, hey, one last question, but do you want to sign up as a coach at the same time? It doesn't cost anything extra at the initial point of purchase, but you will get discounts if you decide to continue Shakeology and any other products. And I find that anybody who signs up as a coach ends up, sticking with it longer. And then like, especially right now that they've been doing a lot of the coach test groups, you can always throw that offer in there as well. Be like, you can be part of this exclusive coach test group, get, kind of one-on-one with the trainer, with the creator of the program. And that's just, extra accountability. Sometimes people are going to say no. They're going to be like, no, I want to try it out first before I commit. I don't push it from there. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. So then when you go to sign them up, use Share a Cart. Make sure you are using that. It's super easy to, sign them up as a coach or just regular customer with all their information there. So yeah, that's the first and the easiest way to sign coaches, is to sign them at the time that they're being a challenger. And a lot of them at that point, they're just doing it for the discount. Some of them might be like, oh yeah, I might be interested in learning later on. But anyway, there's that. You might have some challengers that signed as just customers because maybe you didn't offer the coach opportunity, or they said no to it initially. So give it a couple months, or if they get right into the challenge group and you see that they are super consistent. And like in this Lift 4 group that I have right now, I have a handful of girls that are like already being a coach. Like they're answering questions and they're being supportive and that type of thing without me even having to initiate anything. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So we're only a week in and I've already gone to them and been like, yo, you're already being a coach. Like, do you want to do this? So going to your challengers and, always looking at it from different angles. If, like I said, if they're already being consistent, tell them, be like, you're already doing what a coach does. You're working out every day. You're sharing every day. That type of thing. If you have a coach if you have just a regular customer that they talk to you about struggling to be consistent, be like, well, have you considered being a coach? Because for me personally, like that's what helped me start out being the most accountable, is becoming a coach and just sharing my journey online. Even though I wasn't super concerned or even really educated on that I could make money, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to post some workout selfies on Instagram. So offering that, if they say, oh, I'd love to do Shakeology, but I can't afford it, be like, okay, sign up as a coach. And then if you get 3 people every month to work with you, that's Shakeology for free. So always trying to think of it from their perspective, like what are they struggling with? What do they need in life? And how can you offer that solution with the coaching opportunity? And then the third way, once you've like looked through your challengers, is then, looking for new people online, on Instagram more so, since that's kind of where we're at now. And ways that I'll do that, I'm not going to go real in depth into how I find people, since we've talked about like that with Instagram and everything before, about looking at hashtags and that type of thing. But if you find someone or you connect with someone that is already sharing their fitness journey and it looks like they're not a Beachbody coach, maybe connect with them a little bit, talk to them, and be like, okay, I see, sending a private message. And this is how I would talk, so reword it how you need to, but something along the lines of, so I've been watching your page for a while. You're already working out and sharing your journey every day, and it's so inspiring to me and many others. Have you ever considered doing what I do? And leaving it kind of vague like that, they're going to be like, well, what do you do? And then that gives you the opportunity to either A, be like, well, I'm an online coach. I help people with their health and fitness virtually. I'm having this online sneak peek next week. Could I add you to that? And you could just learn, or would you want to be added to that so you could learn a little bit about it? And by the way, with all these scripts I'm giving, I will try and put together a document so you don't have to like handwrite it all out. Let me make a note of that. Scripts, and I'll share it in here. So things like that, if they're already into fitness, those are the only people that I would go directly to with a coach invite. If it's somebody that's not already like sharing health or fitness, I'd want to invite them to a challenge group first. Sorry, text. Okay. But yeah, if they're already sharing, presenting the opportunity in that way. I don't, usually mention Beachbody right off the bat. If they're like, well, what do you do? I don't usually say, well, I'm a Beachbody coach. Keeping it vague, just like explain what you do. I help girls get fit. I help girls build confidence. I, run online fitness challenges to help women, find support on their fitness journey, that type of thing. Just think of what coaching does for you, and how it's added value to your life, and share that with them. It's an opportunity to share your story. You don't have to go super in depth when they say, what do you do? And be like, well, 2 years ago, blah, blah, blah. No, just be like, this is what I do. This is what it does for me. So yeah, those are kind of the basic, like the people that you're looking for to talk to about coaching. Anytime that we do have a coach sneak peek, month by month, I set like the date for things ahead of time. And so like with our coach sneak peek happening this week, like tomorrow and Wednesday, this past week, I've been kind of doing coach breadcrumbs, like in my posts, pretty much every day on Insta stories. I'll give some little highlight or look into coaching, but making actual posts about it on my Instagram feed. And then like tonight, I just made my post actually openly inviting people to the coach sneak peek. I tell them, message me to be added, comment, whatever, and I will add you to the group. So there's that. Then like tomorrow morning, I'll go back and look at who has liked that post. And if it's anybody that I've, never invited before, or I, need to follow up with, like I will message them and I'll be like, hey, I saw you liked my, sneak peek announcement last night. Did you want to be added? Just something as forward as that. I know maybe if you aren't necessarily that confident in sending something like that, you might word it a little bit differently. But just putting it out there. Once you do it, I swear it's really not that bad. Send the message, walk away from your computer, and check back later when you've got, the nerve, but it's fine. So yeah, let me take it. Okay, so got that down. And then just other things to kind of touch on when signing new coaches. Number one, if you've ever looked at, it's called the genealogy. When you sign up coaches, it basically builds like a family tree, to put it in simpler terms. And like in order to be Emerald, for instance, to advance to the first rank, you have to have an active coach on your left leg and your right leg. It's like you'd be here at the top, you're the top of the tree, and then you'd have one go underneath and underneath. And it, like automatically, say you sign your very first coach, it's going to put them on the left. Then after that, you need to go into your coach online office, and you go to, I'm trying to think, I think it's monitor my business. And then you'll see preferred placement or set preferred placement. And then from there, you need to click on a little drop-down menu so that it'll sign your next coach to the opposite leg. So if your first one went on the left, you'd want to switch it so that it sets the next one to the right. And then you'll kind of just need to make a point then back in your online office, monitor my business. Then you can actually look at your like personally sponsored coaches. Your sponsorship drill down, I think, is where it'll show you like the actual tree so you can get a visual for it. Because then as you start to add more coaches, you'll want to be alternating, like putting them left and right, blah, blah, blah. Again, the thing about being like achieving Emerald, the first time I hit it, I lost it because like one of the coaches went inactive. And so then after that, signing a next coach is like, okay, I want to put them back on that side where I lost it. And like, as you add more, you're just going to have to kind of guess what side to put them on, because you never know who's going to quit, who's going to drop off, that type of thing. So don't beat yourself up if you end up with 2 coaches on one leg and none on the other. It's going to happen. Just keep that abundance mindset that you're going to find more coaches. They will, they will be there. You put yourself out there, you put your vision out there, and they will come to you. And so kind of adding to that then, as I opened this training here talking about the importance of building a team and, needing to find working coaches that want to work the business. Does that mean they're going to take off running right away? No, you don't know that. Like I was the coach that for 6 months, I didn't do anything. And my upline, Erin, always tells me, she's like, I put you like under my husband's account because Like, you messaged me randomly and I didn't know that you were going to be, want to be a coach, blah, blah, blah. She's like, and now here you are, like one of my hardest workers. She's like, if I could go back and put you on a different leg, I would. Like, you never know. You never know. That's why you want to constantly be adding to your team. Like, don't get to Emerald and be content and be like, yay, I'm there. No, you got to keep trying to hit Emerald, like every week, every month. But with looking for those working coaches, those business builders, if that's what you want, I mean, if you think about it, for me, like, my biggest vision for the end of this year is hitting 2-star diamond. So I need to find 2 other girls that are willing to work like I am. That's only 2 people. You know how many friggin' people are out on the internet? I just need 2. And, then whatever your goal is after that, if you want to hit 5-star, 10-star, like, you literally, if you wanted, to go to the very top and hit superstar diamond, you literally just need 15 people that are just like you in terms of work ethic, that type of thing. If that's what your goal is, if you want to, build a business like that. And so you need to be, intent about putting that out there when you share your story, when you make your invites. Don't, make posts and be like, oh, coaching is so easy. It's all rainbows and butterflies. Do you want to join my team and post selfies and earn money? Like, we all know that's bullshit. But if you posted like that, you would attract people that want the easy way out, that want an overnight success, that want, whatever. And so they're not going to actually stick around. They might help you hit that rank right away, but it's not going to help you out long term. A lot of coaches kind of debate over, should you aim to sign a lot of coaches to build your team at least fast, or should you look for, because that would be like quantity versus quality of looking for people that are more like-minded and actually going to benefit you long term. So in my mind, I like quality over quantity. Like, I don't want to build fast just to like lose it. I would rather build a little bit slower, but have a rock solid foundation as I build. Think that is all. Oh, no. When you sign new coaches, because again, if you were like me and you're like, well, okay, I signed a new coach that wants to work, then what do? I don't know what to tell them. Add them to our Facebook group. I am in the works of putting together like a 7-day quick start that just kind of covers the basics, teaching them about the vital behaviors, what Success Club means, walking them through Share a Cart, just really just the basics, the foundation of what we already do on a daily basis, just all together in one document, so that you don't have to like constantly hold their hand and be like, oh, we'll do this, try this, because that would just drain the hell out of you. I tried doing that in the beginning. And that leads me to another point. A lot of coaches, pretty much all my coaches that signed with me in the very beginning, they're not here anymore. So if that happens to you, when that happens to you, or when any coach quits, do not put the blame on yourself. Don't feel like you didn't train them well enough, or you didn't lead them well enough, or you weren't motivating enough. It all boils down to how bad they want it. You cannot push them. You can't pull them. You just have to provide them with the tools, show up yourself and do the work. Lead by example. If you want them to like hit Success Club 5, you need to hit double, triple that, and just, stay in your lane. Provide them the support if they want it, but you can't hold their hand. You can't be their mom. So that, I think, closes it out for me. Do you have any questions? No, you good? You gonna hang up and go cry some more? I opened your Snapchat video of you crying. I'm like, oh my God, woman. I'm going to hit end recording. People don't need to hear us ramble about The Bachelor.